Guys, it's been, I think, a little over a week now, and I can't thank you enough for all the kind words and the great feedback on this special. I am going to sit here and pat myself on the back. I went from almost being killed to releasing this special, and it's been a 2.5-year labor of love, and we crushed it. I found every single person to work on this within a single dad budget, living in this expensive ass city of Los Angeles, and I'm going to say we crushed it. We did. This is nothing like my last special. This special is special. It's a bit of a one-man show, a retelling of a near-death experience, live and alive, streaming on my YouTube now. And go give it some extra love because YouTube demonetized it. Within 2 days, somebody complained about it. They took it out of the algorithm. We fought. They got us back in there, but it's already killed the momentum. So it is what it is. Go over there. Tell everyone, share everyone, like, comment, help to get back in that algorithm, all right? And while you're there, go to the store, all right? Go to ryansickler.com, click on the merch. We got a fall clearance sale going on right now. You're going to get a free t-shirt and 3 free gifts with every apparel purchase. We got $10 tees and hats. We got $20 hoodies and pants. That's joggers, that's night pants. I'm telling you, you're not going to find this sale anywhere else. Get it now. When they're gone, they're gone. Christmas is coming. Go to the merch store now. Get your Fuck Steve shirts. Get your Honeydew merch. Go get it now.
Hey, baby! We're going to be here all day! We're going to be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party!
Welcome back to the Wayback, everybody. Ryan Sickler here. Thank you guys for supporting this show. This is one you really need to watch. I love what we got going on here. This has been a really fun show to dive into people's pasts, get them in here in a Wayback and see how they grew up. I'm very excited to have this guest back here with me today, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the Wayback. Mike Vecchione, everybody. Back in the Wayback.
Thanks for having me on, brother.
Before we get into some old stories and stuff, right there, promote everything you'd like, please.
Please give me a follow at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms. That's at Comic Mike V. And I also have a special on YouTube, the Nateland YouTube page. Nate Bargatze is a friend of mine, and he's very graciously giving me a second special on his YouTube page. It's called Low Income White. Please go watch it. Low Income White on YouTube, at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms.
So if you didn't see Mike's Honeydew episode, go watch it. We talk about how you grew up middle class and then became low income white because we're supposed to outdo our parents, but you're not doing as well.
We're going the other direction.
We're going the other direction. But let's jump back in time here. So where are you from originally?
Originally Youngstown, Ohio, but then I spent half of my childhood in Boca Raton, Florida. So 2 fantastic places I can't speak highly enough about. The Youngstown area, Boardman, Canfield, and Boca Raton, Florida, which 2 very different places, but like great people in both places.
Do you remember your old address in Youngstown?
No, because we lived a bunch of different places. 45 Maple Street, Canfield, Ohio. That's where my mother grew up, and I lived there for a year with my family. Oh my God! Oh man, that blows me away. That blows me away. The house, the garage was actually separated from the house. They must have connected them.
Oh, really? So this little garage over here wasn't. How far can we go back to 19? So that was a separate standing, and they connected it.
Yep, they connected it. And my grandfather used to have a garden out back. There used to be a tire swing connected to that tree to the right, and he had a huge garden in the back, and he kept his beer, he was a drinker, in the back of the garage, which is like his workstation. But my mother and there were 5 kids in that family. They lived in that house, and the basement is where we used to have dinners, like big holiday dinners.
Oh yeah?
Kids. Yeah, it was
finished basement.
No, not finished.
It
felt like very rustic.
Yeah,
there was big poles in the middle, and she put the tables out, and we'd all go down there and eat. And then in the summer, barbecues out back. It was what a great town, Canfield, Ohio, man. I went to Canfield Middle School and high school.
Canfield Middle School.
Canfield Middle School is where my mother went to.
Oh,
that's where she went to high school. My mother and my uncles. There it is. Great memories there. Holy smokes. It's blowing me away.
That's why I love this show.
Went to 8th grade wrestling.
Isn't it funny? We're older. We could do this to every house we've ever lived in. I don't do it. And then I go look at my old houses and I'm like, man, this was 8th grade wrestling right here.
8th grade, learned to wrestle. Football team was undefeated. We were 8-0. 8 games.
What's your mascot there?
The Cardinals.
Cardinals. That's what we were at our middle school.
Canfield Cardinals. And what a great, I could walk to school from 45 Maple Street, and just a wonderful, I was only there for, we lived in Boardman and then we lived in Canfield. I was only in Canfield for 2 years, but
The high school too, you said?
Yeah, I went to 1 year of 8th grade and then went to the high school, which is...
Is it Canfield High?
Canfield High School, yeah. That looks like it.
They're
Canfield
the
High School.
Too. I saw a Cardinal over there.
Yeah, a little farther away. But great school. Great community.
And you're wrestling here in high school?
Yeah, and my coach was very, very tough. Very good coach. And then they've won, since then they've won, I think, a state championship. They're always in, they're very good high school wrestling. And they were good when I was there, but they were trying to break through, and they've gotten significantly better. Where it's I think they're in, I don't think they've won states as a team, but they have a lot of place winners. And we had a guy win states when I was there. Yeah, and it's very hard to do in Ohio, as you know.
I was gonna say Ohio is one of the toughest states.
It's unreal. So,
is this where you're in the hair band music too?
I loved it, man. Poison, Bon Jovi, that Bon Jovi "Slippery When Wet" album. It was, every song was a hit on there. I can
still remember Sykesville Carnival, Freedom Firehouse. Look that up. There it is, Sykesville fucking.
Wow.
Okay, so do this for me. Look up 912 North Avenue 21784. All right. So when my father dies, my mother's living in this place by herself. Okay.
Wow.
And the state tells us she didn't want us. The state says, well, if you want to stay in the school district and everything, you got to go live with her. So this is like a duplex right here. Right. So people live on this side. So this was our place right here. Just this little thing, our little gravel driveway right here. And the top right room is me and both my brothers. That's where we're living over there. And then to the left was my mother's room. Down here is a kitchen with a toilet in it, everything. If you turn to the right, Kirsten, and go down that street right there, that's where the fucking carnival was.
Oh my God.
See that big grass?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
That's how close we are to this Sykesville. Right there. It's on, there it is.
Wow.
That's how close we are. Yeah, that's the house you can see. Yep, we're just back there.
Oh my God,
you see
that's
that?
awesome, yeah.
That's how close we are. So
cotton candy for breakfast.
I'm on one of these. I'm on like the zipper or something in here. And we're flying. Actually, I might be on these. And we're flying around. And another ride over here is playing Bon Jovi. Now, I knew Slippery When Wet, but I didn't know Runaway.
Yeah.
And to this day, I can remember the first time I heard Runaway by Bon Jovi. I am on one of these fucking carnival rides going by another ride, and I'm hearing, dun, 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 and I'm like, what is that? That's a cool one. And I'm like, oh, that's the same Bon Jovi. So, okay, I went to Sykesville Middle School, and they had I don't know who decided to do this, but they had a band come in for 7th grade, like a local band.
Right.
And they came in and did Bon Jovi songs and stuff.
Wow. For a prom or something?
No, just for like oh God, there's our middle school right there. I was a walker too. You were a walker also?
When I was in Canfield, I was
yeah,
a walker.
bro. Walkers are dismissed was the first thing they would say. The buses would come like, walkers are dismissed. 3:00, we're gone, motherfucker.
I loved walking to school,
did too, man. But yeah, they had a band come in here and do Bon Jovi and shit in the middle because that's how big they were. Like Bon Jovi was so big at that time. If you got a knockoff band to come in and just sing their songs, the kids would go crazy.
Slippery When Wet, I forget when it hit, 86, 87. When it really hit in 87, it was like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. It was kind of like Thriller, where every song was a hit.
Yeah.
It was like, they were like the best, man.
And then you go...
of the hair bands, anyway, and Def Leppard.
Yep.
But like Mötley Crüe was already in full flux. Poison was like one of the later hair bands. Like Mötley Crüe, I think was like, but Mötley Crüe was I consider harder than these guys. Like their music was harder.
God.
You know
their lives were hard. These
Yeah.
guys are dying with heroin needles in their arms and shit, and shooting jack.
Yeah.
But when you would come home, this is how I knew we were home. We'd come home from school, and MTV would have their countdown on.
Right.
And Home Sweet Home was number one every day for Kirsten. Can we look this up? I think they retired it. Did MTV retire the music video Home Sweet Home from the countdown? Just put that and let's see if something comes up. Yes, MTV did in fact retire Mötley Crüe's Home Sweet Home from the countdown on its Dial MTV show in '86 by creating the Crüe rule, which terminated a video's eligibility, 30 days after its initial release due to the song's unprecedented 3-month run at number one.
But it's good because they didn't get too relaxed, and they came out with Girls, Girls, Girls like in the later '80s, and that kicked in.
And then Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood was on that same album, and but that was awesome. See, I first got introduced to this stuff through like Ozzy.
Hey guys, Brunt is back here on the Wayback, and look, these are their brown boots. They gave me a hat, but before they even reached out to ask me if I was interested in working with them, I'd already bought a pair of boots. I needed some new boots, and I wanted a good pair of work boots. And I promise you, I did my research. I went and looked at all the boots out there, the old ones I used to get, everything. And Brunt was way better than everything. These boots come, they're already like broken in. You don't have to sit there and break them in all the time. They're already broken in. I did not get the hard toe. I got the soft one here, but they've got all kinds of options. So Brunt found a way to build tough boots that feel great from day one, because people out there doing the real work shouldn't have to choose between comfort and durability. Brunt isn't just about work boots. They also offer a full range of high-performance gear built for tough jobs, from heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets. Plus, Brunt stands behind what they make. You can wear them to work, and if they're not right for you, send them back. It's a no-risk gift. So if you've been looking for the perfect gift for the hardworking man in your life, or maybe even for yourself, get them something from Brunt. I've already had friends reach out and be like, dude, been a Brunt fan for a long time, sending me the jackets, the shirts, the boots. Brunt is the real deal. If you're looking for some good boots, some good workwear, it's Brunt. With temps dropping and the holidays coming up, it's time to treat yourself or the hardworking man in your life to real comfort. Skip the throwaway gifts and get them something built to last. Brunt Workwear. Our listeners get $10 off their entire order with code WAYBACK at checkout. That's bruntworkwear.com and use code WAYBACK. Order today and let them know you heard it here on the show.
Like in '82, like my first cassette tape was Blizzard of Oz, and then followed by Diary of a Madman. And it looked like crazy. I mean, the big thing then was like worshiping the devil was like, because I grew up Catholic, not,
That's all we
Catholic.
ever heard too. Play it backwards. They worship the devil.
If you play it backwards, they worship the devil actively. So, but that was a thing, like it was a genre, which is like, worshiping the devil was a thing, I guess, to make it like off limits to like buy the album, dangerous to buy the album. And then like Tipper Gore came in with the
she did was help.
Yes.
As soon as you put those parentally explicit,
do not buy.
Whatever, boom.
People
That's
are
all you wanted.
Now
I'm finding new bands because they have that sticker on it. You know what I mean?
I just want to say just something occurred to me, which is like, you're being raised. I didn't go to a Catholic school, but I was raised in the church, Catholic church, and it's like the quandary of like buying an Ozzy Osbourne album with the Diary of a Madman and the devil implications while you're Catholic. You know what I mean? It's like that. It was not we don't look at it like we do now, where it's like, it's just he's just branding. We thought that was real, and it's like was like, is this okay?
Is
this okay for me to buy this and listen to this?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm pulling into church.
Right? Yeah.
Let's talk about fights. You were a big fan of the big fights back in the day.
Huge.
Oh, bro.
Because Tyson was emerging in the mid '80s. This 18-year-old from Catskills, New York, and everybody was like, "Oh, this guy." I remember my cousin having the Sports Illustrated. It's like the next heavyweight champion of the world, and it had him at 18 before he beat Trevor Berbick, and then Tyson fights for the next 10 years were a thing. That was a huge thing where it was like a Super Bowl that would last one round.
No doubt.
You know,
Everyone would get
They had to
together.
start building the undercards because he would knock the guy out in the pre-fight instructions.
A friend of ours, his dad told us this story that they flew up, they took a helicopter from Baltimore to Jersey. His buddy owned Morgan Creek Productions. And they're going from Baltimore to Jersey. They take a little helicopter up. They're going to see the Tyson, I think it's the Spinks fight. And they go out to get the drinks. And when they come in, it's over. They spent all this fucking money on these seats, the helicopter. They're doing it because you said it's like a Super Bowl back then. They're like, fuck, this is big.
That's
it's
so
just
funny.
up the street in Atlantic City. Let's fly up.
It's
not
so funny. The
and
helicopter.
they go get their drinks, and then they come down. It's ding, 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 ding. And they're like, nah, this motherfucker knocked them out already.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was that fucking guy.
He was unreal.
And when he lost to this day, I was before it closed, Caroline's. I was doing a show 2016. I can remember 2016. Goddamn, 9 years ago. And this drunk dude's out front talking to me about. I'm gonna say it right. Duster Bouglas. He keeps telling me about Duster Bouglas. So if you don't know, Buster Douglas was a guy who was giving no chance to beat Mike Tyson in Japan.
Right.
And the story goes, Tyson and his team were very cocky. They were knocking motherfuckers out like it was nothing. They went over, they partied, got fucked up. They didn't even have, they didn't even have a ring guy, a corner guy, nothing. If you go back and look at the footage, Kirsten, go back. Let's look at it. Look up.
It's after Kevin Rooney was no longer in his ring.
Yeah.
It was these new guys who took him of Don King.
So these guys, they didn't have end swells. They had nothing.
No cut man.
They thought this would be over in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They got a rubber glove filled with water, and they're just rubbing it on his face to do anything they can. So my fantasy football team is and has been Duster Bouglas forever. I am. You see me out there playing, I'm Duster Bouglas, bro.
Bouglas.
But this guy had no chance to win, and then he wins. And it is mayhem.
It's the biggest upset in boxing
history. It's the biggest upset in probably sports history.
Yes. I mean,
up there with Miracle on Ice, all that stuff. Like, no one had ever even given.
No.
And his mother just died.
His mother just
died. He had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And he goes
and he
in.
fought a great fight.
He did.
He fought a great fight. And he almost still lost.
He did. Well, he did lose. I mean, he got knocked down. That was a slow, long count. I mean, you could argue that he was down. But whatever. Boxing is boxing.
Yeah.
And if you don't knock the motherfucker out, you leave yourself open to whatever those judges decide. And he also was in great, because he blew up after that. He ballooned, but he was in shape.
He fought Holyfield, I think, and lost to Holyfield. I think he got stopped by Holyfield. So, and then he just spiraled out, and then Tyson had legal problems, and then it just spiraled. But at this time, Tyson is unstoppable, man. No one's ever seen anything like it in boxing. Even Ali was the best, but it's like,
do you remember
Ali
Fan
wasn't.
Man?
No.
Oh, you don't remember Fan Man? This was the guy that flew into the ring. With the,
I do remember. Okay, yeah.
On his back. Remember? There he is over here on the right. This guy. This motherfucker here.
Yeah, that's right.
This guy in the middle of a fight.
Bo Holyfield.
It's Bo Holyfield. And Holyfield sees him, and he's trying to tell Bo. And Bo, if you watch, he won't look back. He's like, oh, no. I ain't fall that old shit. And he's like, no, there's a motherfucker flying in the ring right
hilarious.
now. And this is one of the things, when this guy gets
They
tied
didn't
up,
show him on the broadcast, I don't think.
No, you hear
they didn't want him to, they don't want him to get the credit.
You're like, what the fuck's going on? But then he got stuck in the ropes. You couldn't help but see that.
It's hilarious.
And he's got a fan on his back, and there's a guy in here. If there's a video, if you can see it, Kirsten, this guy takes like a cell phone or something from back then, like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, big one.
And he just starts beating the shit out of this motherfucker. And that's the other thing with the East Coast, like, those fights are a lot of times they're in Vegas, whatever. It's a midnight start. It's a midnight start for a Super Bowl. People there all night fucked up.
I know.
They're wasted. A lot of people. And then this comes on.
Like, Tyson is responsible for parties.
No doubt.
For the boxing parties that people would have.
We don't have it
together.
anymore.
No.
You don't have it anymore. Is this where he comes in? Yeah, look at it. There's his feet right there. Look.
Well, I'm going to see him tell him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mills
Can you
Lane
go back?
stops it.
Can you go back a little bit? Does Holyfield see it? Who notices it first? Yeah, here we go. There's Holyfield right there, and he pushes off.
Okay, so Holyfield sees it first, yeah. And then Mills Lane taps Bo and calls timeout.
Timeout. We got a guy on the fucking ropes here with a fan. Look at it. I mean, how? I know Caesar's Palace. So that's another thing. That's an outside fight.
That's nuts. Yeah,
that's outside.
That, yeah.
It looks, you don't see all that, but that's outside. So this guy's parachuting into a heavyweight fucking fight.
And for him to make the ring is pretty good aim.
It is. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible.
That guy's on a championship level himself for landing in the ring.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
It'd be great if both those guys just then beat him. I mean,
they're fucking him up in here. They're not being kind to this guy right now. They're trying to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, because they don't know what he's got. If he's
Mills
got a bomb
Lane's
attached
over
to him.
his shoulder. What the hell's going on here, man? Everybody's running up. Like, what the fuck? There, they got him. They got him quick, boy. Look, they're like, there he is. There's the guy right there. You see him? There, he's got it in his hand right there. The guy in the orange. Yeah, he's pummeling this motherfucker like he's taking a shot.
To climb over the fan and all of it to climb
you
on the,
can't get out of it. You're a hostage now,
in
dude.
the contraption. They have to climb into the contraption to get him out.
Man, heavyweight fights were the best at night. We had so many good ones. We had George Foreman. It was great.
Making a comeback in his 40s too. A big guy.
He is right now. That's real.
No. When he came back he came back in the 90s, I think, like in his 40s.
Still didn't sit in the corner.
Fantastic.
Put that George Foreman grill out there and then went out and whooped up on some young boys, too. Some young ones.
Yeah. He would just do the thing where he, like, guys would fire punch, he just cross his arms and block it. You know, he ain't not too much head movement, but he would block it with his arms. And all the guys in their 40s would root for him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was rooting for him, too, but it's like he's such an underdog, you know what I mean? It was so great in, like, the 70s and the 80s.
I heard this story. We're going to look this up because I don't know if this is true or not. I once heard Howard Cosell. You remember Howard Cosell, the great? My dad was never a fan. My dad could never liked him.
Didn't like
but
him.
He was the great, sportscaster of the 70s, 80s. And I read a story one time that he was Howard Cosell at the time, already legendary Howard Cosell, and he's driving somewhere with his wife, and he's in a neighborhood or something, and a fight breaks out, and he gets out and he announces the street fight.
That's insane.
Isn't it,
I never heard that.
Can we look it up? I want to see now. Howard Cosell announces like a neighborhood street fight or something like that. It says, as usual, he consumed 4 or 5 glasses of vodka on the rocks before the food came. He could hold his liquor well, but by the end of dinner, he had an aquarium's worth.
Wow.
And in Kansas City, the limo company at ABCUs were white and twice the average size. We also had a regular driver, a woman in her mid-50s named Peggy. Cosell and I finished dinner around 8:45, still twilight. We got into the back seat, and Peggy began to drive back to the hotel. The route took us through a gritty neighborhood, and soon we came to a traffic light. And on the sidewalk to our left, we saw 2 boys, maybe 16 or 17 years old, in a serious fistfight surrounded by other teenagers egging him on. Cosell opened his door and began to get out of the limo. Peggy screamed, "Mr. Cosell, Mr. Cosell, no." I tried to grab him. It was too late. He was out of the car and onto the sidewalk. I had a wife, an 11-year-old son, and a 7-year-old daughter. I really fight a pack of teenagers to stick up for Howard Cosell. Should I tell Peggy to drive away? There's no cell phones. You can't call a cop. Cosell standing on the corner, toupee on his head, cigar dangling from his mouth. Ridiculous yellow blades are making impossible not to notice. Suddenly, the fight stopped. The kids look at him dumbfounded, their eyes and mouths wide open. It was as everyone was thinking, what the fuck? Then he spoke. Now listen, it's quite apparent to this trained observer the young southpaw does not have a jab requisite for the continuation of this fray. Furthermore, his opponent is a man of inferior and diminishing skills. This confrontation is halted post-haste. That's fucking great. They called him out. Howard Cosell really got out of a car and did that. Look, in total, he got back.
Signed autographs.
Yeah.
Wow, he signed autographs afterwards and re-entered the limo.
That's badass.
Oh my God, that's a great story.
That's a great.
I'm glad
story.
that's true.
Can you imagine though? You're in a street fight with somebody, and Howard Cosell gets out and starts announcing it. That's pretty badass, dude.
Do it with
That's
no
badass.
mic. Yeah.
If I was a fucking announcer, I would do some shit like that. That'd be pretty badass. Like,
well, that would be all over TikTok today.
Oh, you're right about that.
That would be huge.
Tell me about sharing a room with your brother. Who was older?
He was older.
How much?
Is older. 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother is like the nicest person, and he's easy to get along with. So it's like there was never any kind of, and he was into music, like threw himself into music, and I was into sports. So there was never any kind of weirdness there. And I remember I was in a cleaning my room phase for a while, and I was like, let's vacuum the room, and he refused to take turns doing it. So I just remember vacuuming half of the room. Like, well, I got to clean half of my room. And we used to collect beer cans. Did you ever do that?
For what?
Because we as idiots thought that they would be worth something someday. Like a 007 beer can is going to be worth a lot of money someday. We thought we were just
unopened or open?
Biding our time. Open.
Yeah, so even worth less money.
Yeah.
Open. So my dad worked at the airport, and he would come home with sodas from like Sprite from Japan and all this stuff. They were wild, and we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be worth some money someday." We had soda cans from different countries in our bedroom on the dresser, like it was exotic.
That at least makes sense. The beer can thing doesn't make any sense. Exotic beer cans, 007. This beer can is like our
But also, who thinks a Sprite from Japan is going to be worth something one day?
Well,
and then a few years later, they just sat there forever. I go to pick it up. I'm like, of course it evaporated. Of course there's not as much in here anymore. Man, this was bullshit. I was so upset about it. Like we grew up thinking, that was the other thing too. Like
there was no internet to check it against.
And we had no money.
You would just live with these
lies.
Thought
rich was if you had an in-ground pool, bro, you had money.
Yeah.
You had money if you
in-ground
had an in-ground
pool. Was a
if
good
you had
sign.
an above-ground pool, you had some money. If you had an in-ground pool, man, you all were fucking
rich.
crushing. You're rich. You're
That's
fucking
unreal.
Rich. That's how we thought.
Matchbox cars. Did you collect them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Trans Am was like a big thing.
You see the Smokey and the Bandit?
I saw that. The Trans Am, the Smokey and the Bandit, and also its sister car, which was a Firebird. Yes.
That's the Trans Am on the left.
And the Firebird is the red car. Right T-tops. Yeah. Or Corvettes were big too back then.
Mm-hmm.
My father had a Corvette. It was awesome.
He did?
He did for a while.
Do you know what year?
No, it was like a
Stingray?
Something like it was in the 60s. It was like a 60s
Corvette.
Corvette.
Yeah, one of the older ones.
Yeah. It was a 2-seater.
Split window? That's the split window. Is that what he had? That
it
one?
was like the more closer to the one on the bottom.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with it was a convertible. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But that was a sweet Corvette. Yes, it was awesome. Pictures of it still.
Do you, man? I'll never forget. My dad told us he used to have this fucking tits Chevelle, and we're like, "What happened to it?" And he's like, "Ask your mother." And she wrecked it. She rolled it in the snow. She fucking rolled it. He's like, "You don't even understand." I'm like, "I get it."
I remember them telling us about the Corvette too. It's all made of fiberglass.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get into an accident, you're dead.
You're dead. That's
you're
it.
Dead
you're
immediately.
Dead.
So you're living flashy. You're living great. If you get into an accident, it's all fiberglass. So you are going to die immediately.
And it was look up Trans Am T-tops, Kirsten. Those T-tops, like the whole roof was off.
Yeah.
The whole and no one's wearing seatbelts back then.
Could you imagine if a car beeped until you put your seatbelts on? Back then, it's like seatbelts were.
Look how much of that is open though when you see the top of it. Like that thing. Look at there you go. That black one in the middle down at the bottom here. Look at that. The whole thing. There's nothing to protect you if you're rolling over.
No.
That's badass.
But the Trans Am
I love that Trans Am.
It was awesome. Yeah, those were the cars. And then the Ferrari. The Ferrari, you would be like, I remember like having a Matchbox Ferrari and being like, this is awesome.
Yeah, remember the Testarossa came out. Like, oh, the Testarossa. Miami Vice was the show. You'd see that old Spider, and then they got the Testarossa.
Bunch of half-shaven guys.
Mm-hmm. What other 80s shows did you watch growing up?
Jeffersons.
Oh,
I thought Jeffersons was a very underrated, brilliant show. And I know it came out of...
It still is.
Yeah, it's a spinoff.
Spinoff Archie Bunker.
But
all Norman Lear stuff.
But just a groundbreaking, funny, very well written. That character, Sherman Hemsley's character,
bro.
George Jefferson, is one of the iconic characters of television history.
No doubt.
He's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Took shit from nobody.
Yeah, like a businessman, sassy.
Yep. Had a maid that lived in his home.
Yeah.
Like you see a real black man coming up and providing for other people too.
And
then
tons of heart. He had tons of heart.
He
like
was
he
always
was like
a good person.
Yes.
Wheezy kept him straight.
Wheezy kept him straight.
But then you had the mixed couple next door, which was progressive as fuck for the 70s and 80s too, you know.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That was like a risk.
He was super white. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
No one cared that he made fun of Mr. Willis. He was white as shit. Like he was the white people we'd make fun of.
Yes.
You know, and that's Lenny Kravitz's mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, the jokes, just to build the characters like that, to have the mixed race couple, and then Mr. Bentley, who was a British ambassador. It's like him kind of being dumb.
Literally.
Yeah.
George's mom would come on and
George's mom was great.
And she was funny as shit.
That was
too.
very funny.
Little old lady.
It's just the dynamic of all of the characters and how they interacted with the themes of the time.
It's so funny because as we get older, they're like, well, there's not enough diversity in TV and there's not enough brown people on my screen. And when I grew up, we watched the Jeffersons.
Yes.
What's Happening?
Yeah.
Good Times.
Yeah.
Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking back to the
Brilliant
shows I grew up,
shows.
and I would say 50-50 on diverse.
Diversity. And the great thing about those shows is, like, especially the Jeffersons,
Cosby.
nothing was shoehorned in.
No.
It was organic. It felt organic. And that's why you love the shows.
100%.
You know?
We watched all the black sitcoms. And I wouldn't even call them black sitcoms.
No.
They were just for everyone back
Jeffersons
then. We
was
all grew
incredible,
up on that shit. All of us.
And Good Times.
Cosby. And then
Cosby rewrote, like, the sitcom.
Right.
Genre.
But still, a black family.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
On TV.
And they originally had him
Thursday
be a plumber.
night.
They originally had him be some kind of a blue collar job.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was there a pilot or something like that?
It
or
was
just
the
rewritten?
idea was for him to be a plumber or something.
Because she's a lawyer, I think,
she's
right?
a lawyer,
Mom's
he's
a lawyer, dad's a
That's
doctor.
fantastic. I mean, as a show, it was unreal.
And then right after, The Different World is another one that comes on. But we had Taxi. Taxi's still one of my favorites. That still holds
great.
up.
So many legends on that show.
Dude, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Memory lane.
Please promote one more time.
It's at Comic Mike V, all social media platforms, and the special is Low Income White, the comedy special. Please go watch it on the Nate Land YouTube page. Thank you for having me,
dude. Thank you for being here. As always, Ryan Sickler on all your social media. We'll talk to y'all next week.